Thank you, ladies.
Thank you. Now, our next guest has got a big fight on his hands.
Yeah, after seeing off Weatherfield villain Nathan Curtis 7 years ago, the notorious gang leader is back on the cobbles. So can PC Craig Tinker keep the residents safe?
We'll be talking with Coronation Street star Colson Smith next. But first, let's take a look back at the drama which rocked the couples.
Hi, can I help you?
Oh, no, it's all right. This is my mate, Craig.
Nathan, pleased to meet you. Same.
Ask me anything. I'll do anything for you.
Work your magic.
He's been grooming her, Sarah. He's been grooming loads of them.
Wish she'd never gone near him or his stupid tanning salon.
Tanning salon.
Nathan Curtis, I'm arresting you on suspicion of grievous bodily harm, causing the sexual exploitation of a child.
You listen to me. If you don't keep your big mouth shut about this, I'll do a lot more to your little girlfriend Bethany than I did last time.
Do you find the defendant guilty or not guilty?
Guilty.
These are Lauren's last known movements, and she just didn't have a clue, did she? 7 years ago, that could have been me. It's Nathan.
Delighted that Colson's here now.
Yeah, we're chatting to him already. We're already like...
Well, you're just saying that even watching that from 2017, even trying to remember back... I mean, the storyline was a big storyline, but those scenes and those moments, it's hard to sort of recall some of it.
Yeah, like, I won't have seen that for years and years, and then seeing it back, it's like, oh, yeah, that happened, then that happened, and then you remember the days filming it and you remember the story playing out, but... Seems so long ago. I'm really getting old.
We're all getting
Sadly.
old, that's the thing. But how is your character going to respond to Nathan being back on the street?
Yeah, I think Craig...
PC Craig Tinker.
PC Tinker, Tinks. I think he's instantly alarmed at the fact that Nathan's back.
Yeah.
Because he obviously has the history. He knows what he was like with Bethany, and he doesn't want a repeat of this. And whilst the current case is going on with Lauren missing, Nathan reappears and Craig's brain is going, this is dodgy.
Right.
It's always going to be dodgy as well when he's back, because he was such a sort of insidious character as well, wasn't he?
He was one of those baddies that was truly, like, bad to the bone and bad inside. Like, everything he did was just evil, So I think Craig instantly wants to get this investigated to work out if Nathan is the reason that Laura's missing, because Craig knows that Roy's got nothing to do with it, sort of thing.
So do you think Nathan is linked to the Roy Cropper story?
I think that's what Craig wants to investigate, you know, and obviously
Not giving much away.
Bethany's kind of going to Craig for this information, and Craig's job is to go, I can't tell you anything, I couldn't possibly, and then he tells her absolutely everything.
So, to be fair, you're being much more guarded than Tinker is himself.
Yeah, really, yeah.
It's fascinating, that, isn't it, watching that character play out, because he's got to do his job properly, but he also wants to be everyone's friend. He wants everybody to feel like they're sort of, they're his mate.
Yeah, I'd say Craig Tinker is everyone's friend in high power. So he kind of... They come to him for the information. He goes, I couldn't possibly tell you. And then he just tells them what they need to know.
Yeah, because he seems to be revelling in this kind of power that he's got at the moment. He's quite enjoying the level of gossip and, like, having everybody come to him.
Yeah, because he isn't the best copper. But the one thing he gets from being a copper is he gets to know little bits that he's not meant to... Well, that he is meant to know that other people aren't.
Yeah.
So he kind of just goes and just tells them little bits to help them on their way. And he just lets everyone off, doesn't he? If someone gets done on the street, if Craig knocks on the door, they're like, well, I know I'm not in trouble.
I'll be fine now.
I'm getting away with this, aren't I? It's only Craig.
Come on, Tink, sort me out. We'll be fine. We're looking at that footage from when Nathan was back on the street in 2017, which was 7 years ago. And then you go back another 5 years before that, was sort of how old you were when you started. You were 12 years old, Colson. It wasn't supposed to... You weren't supposed to still be there.
No, 2 episodes. That's all I went for. 2 episodes, non-speaking. And I remember getting the job and I was like, mint, 2 days off school. Here we go. And I went and I did the 2 episodes, and then about 6 months later, my agent at the time got a phone call and they said, look, they're thinking about writing the family in. Is he up for it? And obviously I was like, yeah. So then 2 episodes turned to 6 months, and now it's turned to 13 years, which is very, very crazy. Half my life.
Look at you there. Look at that.
Look at what we
Look at the bonnet.
Look at the hair, yeah. I wish I had hair like that now.
But do you ever have those pinch-me moments where you're like, oh, my goodness, I'm getting the chance to go to work with a collection of people that I really have fun with, and I do a job I really love?
Yeah, every single day for me. Like, I love Coronation Street. I'm so proud to work there. every time I walk on that street, I kind of champion the show. So to be a part of it is just an honour, and I'm really proud of it, and I'm proud of everyone that works there, and all the departments and all the crews. So yeah, I feel completely lucky.
What was it like then, Colson, when you step away from that world that you know, the professional world that you know and you love and you feel safe, and you go into a world like Big Brother? Because that was quite a sort of experience for us to sit and watch. What was it like for you in there?
Yeah, it was weird, because obviously Corrie has been my safety. That has been my life for 13 years, and to step away from it and do something else, and to not be Craig Tinker, to be Colson Smith. It's like so different, so exposing, and quite an unnatural feeling. But no, I loved it. I loved being myself. I loved being away. And obviously, as soon as I got back to work, I completely felt the love from everyone as well.
Straight back in as well. You didn't give yourself much time to decompress.
Like 48 hours or something?
I was out the house. So I came Thursday night. So I was out the house about 10 o'clock on the Friday. I was back in work at 7 a.m. on the Monday. What's a crime? I've got to be honest.
Someone's got to say
that. They had 3 weeks of running riot without me, they did.
It's an amazing thing to watch, though, because we interviewed Vanessa and we had Louis on afterwards, and there's definitely a sense of sort of decompression needed having come out of the house, because everything is so heightened in there.
Yeah, so heightened.
Have you watched any of it?
I haven't watched any of it. The only thing I've done is Jack and Ben, who I host my podcast with, they did episodes every single night, and I listened to them because I was like, I have my memories of Big Brother. I don't want to watch it because watching it will show the show in a different way, because I lived it, and I don't want to watch it because I've lived it, because everything's different, and I'll see things that I didn't know happened. Whereas listening to Jack and Ben talking about it, that's my mates talking about me in it.
Yeah.
So I was like, the podcast was kind of my way of watching it back.
And you're going on tour with Jack and Ben now.
Yes.
You're doing On the Sofa, your podcast on tour, live.
Yes, we were in Manchester on Saturday night.
How is it?
It was mint. We had a sold-out crowd. And Manchester's, it's the home venue, isn't it? So it's spot on. You know, and the venue we did was bring your own booze. And literally, the minute we got on stage, all we could hear was just tin cans opening constantly. And we were, it was mint. It was a great night. We're doing London on the 18th of May. And it's just so much fun, because we're just three mates, and obviously we all became mates because of Corrie.
Yeah.
And is it, I mean, everyone's not listened to On the Sofa, is it Corrie-centric? Is it, your experience online? What is it?
It started off, it started off an education around films.
Yeah.
So basically, as an actor, I hadn't watched enough films, and they said, you need to go and watch more films. And I went, well, if I watch the films you want to watch, you watch the films I want to watch. So that was how the playoff started. And now we talk about film and TV, but we also talk about what's been going on in our weeks, what we've been doing.
It's life.
Yeah, so on Saturday night, we talked about The Truman Show and me and Big Brother. It was kind of a nice
parallel.
Yeah.
And in London, I think we're doing Notting Hill, because obviously, iconic London film.
Yeah.
Colson, thank you so much for popping in.
Thanks for having me.
Enjoy the tour. What fun. Again, getting to hang out with your mates.
With your mates,
and talk
calling it work.
I mean, it's
great, isn't it?
Get Tinks on the case as well with Nathan. We've got to control that situation.
Tinks will get Roy out, I'm sure.
You've got to get Roy out, more importantly. Love you, Steve.
Thank you.